Shalom Akim. Shalom, shalom. All right, Shabbat shalom. It's your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors into the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, for my throne in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right. So we're going to get into another episode of Measuring the Times. Okay. And, I'm going to get into a couple articles, all right, that I got lined up. You know what I'm saying? And please forgive me. I am under the weather, so my voice may be a little low, and I'm going to be sniffing a lot, so might be even sneezing. So please bear with me, all right? But in Slocky, let me turn off these notifications real quick. All right. So let's get this started in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 9. And let's go to verse 1 from the top. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. That is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. All right. So we're gonna get this going with a couple articles. But it's important to note that we're inching ever closer to this thing. You know what I'm saying? And as we do, it is very, very imperative that you pay close attention to correct sound doctrine. All right. Sound doctrine. As I was listening to Elder Apostle Ramlab this morning, you know what I'm saying, with the Elder Pashai, you know what I'm saying. Here it is. These Edomites are moving forward with their plans. You know what I'm saying. Prophecy is popping off the page left and right, and there's these false prophets who are trying to keep you asleep. All right. And a lot of people are being sifted in this time, man. A lot of people with these wayward doctrines. A lot of people. And these false prophets, you know what I'm saying, these jokers who feel the need to continue to completely do a 180 on the doctrine, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to take he's not going to take kindly to this. He's not going to take this lightly. He's going to absolutely punish the hell out of you jokers, man. You see what I'm saying? The Lord does not play with this. Scriptures clearly tell you at the very end of the book to not take away nor add to these scriptures, man. And if you do, it's going to be hella consequences, man. All right. And the scriptures say that judgment must begin in the house of the house of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. So let's get this going with the articles. All right, I got quite a few to share with you. So bear with me. All right. So this first article comes from endtimeheadlines.org. And it reads, strong 4.6 magnitude earthquake rattles Hawaii's Big Island. An earthquake with a magnitude of 4.6 struck the southeastern portion of Hawaii's Big Island Wednesday night, just before midnight local time, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The event was located on the south flank of the Kalae volcano, according to the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency. No tsunamis were expected as a result, the agency added. All right. The USGS said in a press release that the earthquake had a depth of about 3 miles underground, and that the seismic event does not appear to be related to the recent Kalae volcanic eruptions. The earthquake had no apparent impact on either Mauna Loa or Kalea volcanoes. The event followed the end of episode 37 lava fountaining on Kalea by 10 minutes, but does not appear directly related to the eruption. Okay? So we're seeing earthquakes, all right? Earthquakes over here. Now wait till you hear this. Check this out. All right. This article comes from endoftheamericandream.com. It reads, why are volcanoes that have been dormant for ages suddenly roaring to life all over the world? All right. And we know why. I just gave you the precept. I just gave you the scripture. All right. The Lord is beginning to visit the world which he made. You see? It says a lot of people out there continue to deny what is happening, even though it is taking place right in front of their eyes. Right in front of their eyes. With each passing week, we continue to get more evidence that our planet is becoming increasingly unstable. All over the globe, volcanoes that have been dormant for a really long time are now roaring to life. Many will continue to mumble everything is fine, but go on with their daily lives as if nothing has changed. All right, but if there's a major eruption of a supervolcano and the world is plunged into a volcanic winter, that lasts for multiple years. Nobody's going to be able to ignore the apocalyptic famine that happens as a result. It says on Sunday, a volcano in Africa that has been dormant for all of recorded history suddenly erupted. A volcano in Ethiopia's northeastern region erupted for the first time in nearly 12,000 years, sending thick plumes of smoke up to 9 miles into the sky. The Taulaus Volcanic Ash Advisory Center, it said, the Haile Gobi volcano, located in Ethiopia's Afar region, about 500 miles northeast of Addis Ababa, near the Eritrean border, erupted on Sunday for several hours. This wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. One local resident says that it felt like a bomb had gone off. Says, could this eruption have anything to do with the larger geological changes that are now transforming the continent? We are being told that Africa is slowly but surely being ripped into two pieces. Of course, it isn't just in Africa where very strange things are occurring. In Afghanistan, a volcano that has supposedly been dormant for hundreds of thousands of years is now showing plenty of signs of life. All right. Why the sudden change? Nobody can seem to explain that. In Greece, over 25,000 earthquakes have rocked Santorini in 2025. This year alone. 25,000 earthquakes. That's insane. All right. The last time Santorini erupted was in 1950. Why is it so active now? There are many more examples that I could give you, but I want to focus on the one that I am the most concerned about. The Campi Flegrei, Campi Flegrei super volcano in southern Italy has been getting shaken by thousands upon thousands of earthquakes this year. And experts are concerned that all this seismic activity could be building up to something really big. Okay. Why is the ground around Campi Flegrei supervolcano being shaken to an extent that hasn't been seen in centuries? Nobody seems to know, except for the prophets, of course. As I have detailed in previous articles, a full-blown eruption of the Campi Flegrei supervolcano could potentially cause a volcanic winter that could last for multiple years. Global temperatures would absolutely plummet. A lot less sunlight could reach our planet, and it could become exceedingly difficult to grow anything. That would particularly be true in the northern hemisphere. All of a sudden, there would be a severe lack of food all over the globe, and billions of people could potentially starve to death. So this is a threat that we should be taking very seriously. There's one last thing that I wanted to mention before I close this article. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian is publicly admitting that the capital of Iran will need to be moved due to chronic lack of water. All right. It says a major capital city in the Middle East will have to be relocated due to water shortages and overcrowding, the president has said. Iranian leader has said Tehran is no longer ecologically sustainable, and the 9.7 million residents would have to move. People said it was impossible, but now it's no longer optional, he said. We can't keep adding population and construction here. Expansion is possible, but the water problem cannot be solved. All right? And what's the scripture say? Real quick. All right. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." Okay? And you look at all these dudes, you know what I'm saying, from the European Union, from NATO, you know, you got Germany, you got China, Japan, Russia, North Korea. Everyone is preparing for war. All right? Everyone's preparing for war. So, you know, this is prophecy playing out. And it's getting ready to intensify, man. says there is talk that large numbers of people may need to be evacuated from Tehran quite soon if more rain doesn't start to fall. Rainfall in Iran has been way below normal for an extended period of time, and right now the country is enduring the worst drought has that it has experienced in about 60 years. Right? Of course, it isn't just Iran that is dealing with such issues. All over the world, supplies of fresh water just keep getting tighter and tighter. This is an enormous problem, and there are no easy answers. Our world is changing at a pace that is difficult to comprehend. But most people out there are still expecting conditions to return to normal eventually. All right? And here we are here to tell you that this thing isn't going back to normal. All right? Things are not going back to normal from here on out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continually increase and get worse and worse. All right? As time goes by, it's not going to get better. We are in Jacob's trouble now. You see what I'm saying? It has officially begun. This thing is not going to slow down. All right, let's go to Second Esdras. All right. Let's go to Second Esdras. Let's see. Second Esdras chapter 16. All right, Second Esdras chapter 16. I believe I want verse 5. It says, "Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sent the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?" You see what I'm saying? So it's not going to slow down. This thing's going to get worse, man. All right? It's just going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Okay? Let's get another article. Bear with me. All right? This is from endtimeheadlines.org. It says, "Fire tears through Hong Kong housing complex, killing at least 13 with others reportedly trapped." It says a fire engulfed several high-rise residential towers in Hong Kong's Tau Po district Wednesday, killing at least 13 people and reportedly trapping others inside. Hong Kong's fire service department said it received reports of a blaze breaking out at the Wang Fuk Court in Tau Po, a district in the northern New Territories, around 2:50 p.m. It says the fire was upgraded to a number 5 alarm, the most severe rating in Hong Kong, by 6:22 p.m. In a government statement, the department said 9 people were taken to the Alice Ho Mui Ling Northern Nethersole Hospital and the Prince of Wales Hospital. All right. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. All right. Get this real quick. Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, the Lord took them souls, man. All right. Psalms chapter 68 and verse 20. It says, He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High Yahweh belong the issues from death. He's in control of this. He's responsible of this. All right? And unto him belong the issues of death. So the Lord took those lives away. You know what I'm saying? All right? And to have your life taken out through fire, that's one of the worst ways to go, man. One of the worst ways to go. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's get another article real quick. Bear with me. So check this out. It says, elites are moving into high security fortress communities guarded by teams of armed professionals in preparation of what is coming. In preparation of what is coming. All right? And what is coming? Okay? What's coming? Why is Trump ordering all these states to prepare their national guards for what is it, emergency response readiness or what have you? You know what I'm saying? To go against public upheavals. All right? And that's to be completed by the beginning of next year. So what are they preparing for? Okay? These elites know exactly what's being prepared. Okay? All right? If you remember that image that I showed you the other day, you know what I'm saying? The world ahead 2026, what was at the top of that image? All right? It was a fist in the air. All right? And it was also shackled. So what are they preparing for? They're preparing for civil unrest. All right? Let's read. The elite aren't stupid. They can see that our society is coming apart at the seams all around us. And so they want to live someplace safe. In fact, for many among the elite, security has become the number one priority when choosing a new home. Unfortunately, the vast majority of us do not have the resources to move into high security communities guarded by teams of armed professionals. And here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. Their threat is going to be the armed guards. Their threat is going to be the ones that's protecting them. Because eventually, one of those professionals, quote unquote, one of those professionals is going to turn on you. You see? Eventually. When things really start hitting the fan, Slaki, when things really start hitting the fan, some Americans are just going to have to deal with the chaos that's suddenly erupting all around them. Okay? But for the ultra wealthy, one of the benefits of having so much money is being able to shut yourself off from the rest of the world. Okay? But remember, money's not going to mean anything very soon. Remember. You see? So what happens when all that money that you've accumulated, all right, is no longer worth anything? That means that those who you have around you, they're not going to be loyal to you. All right? They're guns for hire. Let me get this real quick. This is James chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "Go to now, you rich men. Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. All the rust of them shall be witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You see? And all of this is going to turn right back around on them. It says in Delray Beach, Florida, a community known as the Stone Creek Ranch has become extremely trendy among the elite for one particular reason. It has a heavily armed security unit that watches over it 24 hours a day. On paper, Stone Creek Ranch, a prestigious enclave made up of less than 40 luxury homes, is a world away from Miami, Manalapan, and Palm Beach. It offers no beaches, no celebrity-approved nightlife, and no glitzy designer shopping. Yet it offers one very peculiar luxury that is proving to be quite the draw among the 1%. Slocky. Let me read that again. Bear with me. It says that it offers one very particular luxury that is proving to be quite the draw among the 1%. Total and absolute privacy that is safeguarded by a team of armed professionals who watch over the community 24/7, a majority of whom come from previous jobs in law enforcement and the military. All right. Salakia. So let's see what I'm trying to think of what movie displayed this. I think it was Homestead. All right, but all these movies that we've seen, you know what I'm saying, including Homestead, you have Leave the World Behind, you have the Purge movies, you have Bushwick, you have, Civil War, of course. You know what I'm saying? These movies showcase, what happens when the inevitable collapse, finally takes place. All right. So it says prospective residents' entry into the community is policed just as carefully. Any home buyers seeking to purchase one of just 37 private residences within Stone Creek are required to go through rigorous criminal background checks before they can attempt to secure a home there. Considering how fast conditions in our society are deteriorating, it sounds like a wonderful place, but you will never get to live there unless you have tens of millions of dollars. Just last month, Hollywood A-lister Mark Wahlberg made headlines when he dropped $37 million on a newly constructed mega mansion inside the Enclave, only to be followed weeks later by Rockstar energy drink founder Russ Weiner, who is in contract on 2 properties in the community worth a total of $43 million. All right. And if these jokers were smart, they would leave America altogether. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be deadly out here, man. All right. Terrible. You see what I'm saying? You need to leave America. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? All right. Purchasing super luxury homes within in this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Every inch of America is going to be engulfed in chaos. All right. It says Indian Creek Village is another high security community in southern Florida, The island boasts a high-tech security system that's straight out of a spy movie, and the list of residents includes Tom Brady and Jeff Bezos. Indian Creek Village, known as the Billionaire Bunker, isn't just another gated community. It's the ultimate fortress for the ultra rich. Nestled in South Florida's uh, Biscayne Bay, this private island is where some of the world's wealthiest people, including Jeff Bezos and Tom Brady, have decided to stake their claim. But living here isn't just about luxury, it's about security and lots of it. All right? So let's get another article. All right? This is going to be the last article that I'm going to showcase real quick. Bear with me. All right? So this is actually breaking news. Okay, it took place a couple of hours ago. It says developing multiple National Guard soldiers have been attacked, sparking White House lockdown. Okay, and apparently it's been reported that there was 2 who were attacked. All right, and they didn't make it. It says multiple National Guard soldiers have reportedly been shot during the White House, near the White House, sparking a security lockdown at the president's residence. Early reports suggest the shooter is in custody after multiple people were shot down the street from the White House in the center of D.C. An image has emerged online showing a National Guard troop laying uninjured on the pavement as blood pours from his head. Uninjured. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck? How you uninjured on the pavement as blood pours from your head? Okay, never mind. Whatever. While Secret Service agents give him medical attention. An FBI source told the Daily Mail that agents are on their way and will be on the scene as soon as possible. Armed National Guard troops have been deployed to the nation's capital since early August as part of Donald Trump's crime crackdown. Roughly 2,000 National Guard troops from D.C. and at least 8 states have been deployed. Secret Service officers and ambulances were seen responding to the scene. The White House is aware and actively monitoring the tragic situation. All right, the president's been briefed. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt told the Daily Mail. Okay, and this is it's a lot of stuff going on, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, you just see Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's tweeting back and forth on X. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much in a roundabout way, saying that she resigned because she was targeted. As a matter of fact, let's just get that real quick. All right, bear with me. All right. From endoftheamericandream.com, Marjorie Taylor Greene explains the real reason why she's resigning from Congress. All right, when Marjorie Taylor Greene announced that she would be resigning from Congress, it shook everyone. When I initially heard the news for the first time, I didn't believe it at first. But now that I look back, I have to admit that I shouldn't have been surprised. If you go to Washington, D.C. and try to be a rebel, you won't last long. Both parties want members of Congress that won't cause controversy and that will quietly do what they're told. Meanwhile, the nation continues to speed down a self-destructive path that will inevitably lead to societal suicide. Everyone has been wondering what prompted Marjorie Taylor Greene to make such a dramatic decision, and now she's opening up and letting us understand the real reason why she's resigning from Congress. The social media posts that I'm about to share with you contain some raw language, but I think that it's critical that we attempt to understand what Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to tell us. In a response to a post by Mike Cernovich, she suggested that if she stayed in Congress any longer, she would be unalived like our friend Captain Kirk. All right. You can see these tweets here. Okay. You can pause and you can read. It says it appears that this is the real reason why she has decided to leave Congress. And considering all the political violence that we've been witnessing over the past couple of years, it would be hard for anyone to argue that she is being irrational. In another response, Cernovich Green suggested that if she just kept doing what she was doing, she would be unalived. Salaki, bear with me, Akim. All right. So you can pause, you can read. It is common for outspoken members of Congress to receive death threats, and we've been seeing this, man. We've been seeing, all right, the one judge that the one judge had ruled against Donald Trump, and then a couple days later, her home ends up burnt down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Earlier this year, you had two Congress members of Congress that was attacked. All right, one was assassinated, and the other one was attempted assassination, and ended up in the hospital. All right. So yeah, we see that this thing is it's getting deadly. Okay, it's getting dangerous, and very soon, all right, very, very soon, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and chapter 16 is going to take place. We're already seeing the beginning stage of it. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15, it says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Okay? Their kings and their princes. It's talking about your political leaders. It's talking about those who write your legislation and whatnot. You see? Those who rule over you. People ain't going to regard none of them. The governor, the congressmen, the congresswomen, the senators, the mayors, the president. Nobody's going to regard any of it. That's why the president's own member staff, you know what I'm saying? Staff members, I should say. All right, they moved their families onto military bases in preparation for what's coming. Just like these elites, they're moving to these secured communities. Okay, so it's about to go down. This thing's about to hit the fan. Okay. All right, and she knows too much. She knows too much, man. All right, shit. Yeah, you can read that too. All right, pause and read. Shit, nigga. These, and like I said, man, she knows exactly what this is all about. All right, she knows exactly what this is, man. Okay, she knows that that Small Hats is involved. She knows that they was behind Captain Kirk. She knows this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? She's been clearly outspoken against these tiny tops. You know what I'm saying? All right. With the matzo balls. She knows them. You see? I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up deleted somewhere. I would not be surprised. All right, but hey, shit. This is just to go to show you that we in those times, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So as we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, All right, earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shall it be known. All right, let's get that again. Let's get that again. 2 Ezra 9:1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the times? You measure them through the prophecies, through the signs. You see? And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Ezekiel chapter 33. All right. Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. And you have been warned by the prophets, beginning with the apostles, bishops, and elders on down from great millstone, and the men of the likewise doctrine, the affiliates, the true affiliates. You've been warned. Take heed. It's time to repent, man. It's time to repent because you're running out of time. So this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and from I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shabbat Shalom.